Are you confused about who your real friends are? Let's talk about what it is to be a friend, how friendships grow, and what friendships are an emotional reaction to. The first thing you have to consider is that love, friendships, admiration, and respect are all emotional reactions to the virtue of someone. Let me say that again. It's very important, and it's the umbrella to how you are going to view friendships. Love, friendships, admiration, and respect are emotional responses to the virtues of another. Remember what I taught you a couple of days ago. A virtue is any behavior which demonstrates one's values, one's moral ethics, moral codes. So when you share values with somebody, friendship, love, admiration, and respect is an emotional reaction to those values. When you find someone who you align with in any particular way because of their moral codes, what they find to be good, what they find to be the good, that is what a morality is, then you feel a kinship with them, a friendship with them, and this is how you grow a friendship. Now you remember that overarching definition of the person you love, admire, respect, and someone who you could consider as a friend. Let's talk about how friendships grow. And there's many different ways which friendships grows based on different people and their upbringing and their philosophy in life. And you'll find that the more refined your social abilities become, you also become more refined in the way in which you acquire friends. In more simpler terms, the way you make friends is a lot different than the more you refine your philosophy in life. In other words, one person early in life could acquire as many friends as they like. Whoever likes them, they like them back. But the more refined you become in life, or the higher the status in your life becomes, because as a result of your refining your philosophy and refining your behaviors, the more distinctive you are as to who's going to be your friend. So with that in mind, let's talk about how friendships grow. By definition, the friends that grow into your life is based on respect and admiration. If you respect them based on their values, and you admire them based on their values, because of the virtues that they have, which means any behavior that they show, they demonstrate to you, that demonstrates their values, you become more of friends with them. You gain more respect and admiration with them, and therefore you inevitably become friends, because why not? Why wouldn't you become friends with someone who you admire and respect? You've heard me say this before, and I'll give you this as a for example. You can take this as an example for yourself, that most people, they delineate between friends versus lover material. When they see someone, they see them as either friend or relationship material, as in sexual relationship material. I make no distinction. All of my relationships begin as friends, and I like to say this at the outset, that all of my relationships, because I manage expectations, begin as friends, and I don't make the delineation between are you either lover material or friend material. Everybody begins as friends, because how I grow my relationships is that for them to become my friend, they will have to demonstrate to me, not out of arrogance, but because it is my filtering mechanism, that they must demonstrate to me virtues about their values in which I respect and admire. When I can respect and admire that, then they can begin to become my friends. And friendships either become significant or less over time. Now, the other side to that, and what most people practice in their friendships, is that they practice friendships in this way. They're a friend and they remain as a title friend. Or they are girlfriend and boyfriend and they remain as title boyfriend or girlfriend, in which sometimes they transition to, and often they transition to, husband and wife, in which they retain that title. And so I don't operate on titles unless it's in ways that I'm supposed to communicate it, because you communicate based on words, and some words are titles, and there are titles that are appreciated by other people. I'll leave that alone for now, but most people operate by titles. So because you're a friend and you're my friend, therefore we are friends. Well, the way I grow relationships, the way I grow friendships, is they either become significant over time or they become less significant over time, in which time I pay less and less attention to them based on, guess what? Based on how they demonstrate their values. What I mean by that? There are often times, or a lot of times, which you'll find in your life, which people that you consider as friends, either they change their behavior sets, they change their value sets, in which case it's appropriate for you to give them less and less deserved attention or provide them more and more deserved attention. That's a key word, deserved. In other words, friendships are merited. Your friendships must merit their existence. When they no longer merit their existence, it's completely appropriate for you to pay on less and less attention to them until you share so little values that they deserve no attention from you. Do you understand? There are a lot of friends, for example, whom you grew up with as childhood friends because you share a lot of values, but then you've grown as a human being, you've grown as an individual, and you've refined your values, and you have now what you consider as better values, more reasonable, more logical, more ethical values. These values make more sense. In which case, they no longer share the same values as you, and in which case, they deserve less and less attention from you. The opposing philosophy of that, the opposing paradigm of friendships of that, of how you grow friendships, is because they retain title friend, or title girlfriend, or title boyfriend, therefore they will forever be your friend, and they will forever be your boyfriend or girlfriend. That's not how friendships work. There will come a time where some people, they begin as friends, and they lose that admiration and respect because you no longer share the same values. And it's completely 100% okay, 100% okay for you to not give them any more attention. Because you could be spending more and more time with people who share your values. We will talk about opportunity cost on another video. So when you're looking for example, for people who are looking for relationships, they either make the delineation either relationship material or friendship material. The way I go about it is they gain the admiration and my respect. And the more significant our relationship becomes based on their demonstrating virtues in their life, behaviors that demonstrate their values, the more I respect them or less I respect them, the more we share those values. And when we share those values significantly, they become more and more significant to me. Until which case, when we share such virtues and values, when we share such strong values, I begin to love them. And that is where love comes from. When you share so much values and you have so much admiration and respect for that person, you grow to love them. What is the meaning of that? That means that any people who you don't share values much with, who don't demonstrate virtues with, should you love them? I don't believe so. Whether or not they are familial to you. Do you understand? Whether or not they're family. So let me give you 3 tips for you to take out of this. Number 1, account for your friends. There are friends who you share values with, spend more time with. Don't share values with, don't spend more time with. Number 2, there are only a few people that will be at your funeral. Which means that most people that you become friends won't remain friends for the rest of your life. The third thing is go to greatrelationshipsyou.com and get more social